I'm just going to go ahead and attack the Imagawa. Yeah, freak. The Hojo and the Takeda to join them in war, so we are going to have to act quickly and see if we can at least get the Hojo to lay off of us. The Takeda I'm not quite as scared of, but I'm definitely worried about the Hojo at this point. So the daimyo of the Imagawa and one of the family members is also here, so this will be a good opportunity for us to start out by killing them. I do want you to see my general speech since we're starting the war against the Imagawa. I think it would be befitting. But I won't play these every time. I do like the color scheme of the Tokugawa. I definitely agree with my general on that. I love the music too whenever you get done with the general speech. It's pretty cool. I'm actually going to start the battle over here. This map seemed pretty familiar from, I must have fought in this province several times before. I'm going to put get my Yari Samurai. Those guys would be good for burning down the gates if I need to. There we go. Got all my troops arrayed. I like to start over here so I don't have to march up the dang hill. Yeah, and get my men all tired. They do have 2 units of archers. We're going to want to take those down, and then we'll just use the remainder of our arrows to freaking soak these, their infantry, because Ashigaru are actually pretty terrible units for sieging a castle, as their morale breaks pretty easily. There we go. Oh, let me explain some of the controls that I use. Again, Control M will select all your missile units. Control I will select your melee infantry. Control C will select your cavalry. You can hold Shift. Like once you selected one unit, you can hold Shift and select another, and it'll select all the units in between. You can hold Control, or once you unselect it, you can hold Control and double-click a unit card, and it'll select all the units of that type. Maybe there's some hotkeys that help you all out. You can hold the space bar down when your troops are moving in order to see where they're moving to. So see, space bar shows you where you're moving, and then you can right-click and drag to move your troops. You can also use this to move your troops forward and backward and turn them around. So hopefully there's some movement. Some of you have been wanting me to tell you some of the keys I use. I'll try and remember to give you more of that. I just forget sometimes. So here I'm going to start unleashing arrows on these bow Ashigaru that are garrisoned here. Killed about 14 or 15 of them in the opening volley, so that's a pretty good start. There's more of them over here as well. I like to focus my fire when I'm fighting garrisoned bow units, because I feel like it's more effective to just focus your fire and pretty much take one unit out of the fight, and then you can refocus your fire on the next unit. But like I said, I like to get one of them pretty much worn down to a level where they're no longer a threat, and then I will focus all my archer fire on the other unit. I don't know if it's really more effective or not, but it's kind of a morale breaker for these troops to be getting hit with all of these arrows. You can see you gotta hurry though, because like this unit right here is already wavering. I could move up my daimyo to help bolster the morale of these men. In fact, I will. And I'll go ahead and use the rally ability, and it'll go ahead and start cooling down, but if I use the rally ability, it'll increase the accuracy and morale, of course, of my men. So there we go. That'll improve my, you can see the effect that it has on your units by going over here. It increases their morale to use the rally. And if I want to, I can inspire one of my units. Like I can inspire this unit per se. And now, if we look at their stats, maybe the inspire, yeah, the inspire didn't work. I must have done it wrong. Let's see. Yeah, I don't think I'm doing it right. I must be pushing the wrong button. There it goes. Yeah, so now if you look at their stats, their reload skill is 65 and their accuracy is 75, so inspiring units, especially bow units, can be extremely helpful. Alright, these guys are wasted. They're no longer a threat, so I'm going to focus all my archer fire on the other unit. I'm going to fast forward for a second, just let these guys do their work. Let you watch the numbers going down here. So I'm just going to basically fire until they're out of the fight. and then I'm going to use the remainder of my arrows, which won't be that many, to go ahead and focus on the infantry within the castle or the general, whichever one comes first. You definitely don't want to waste your ammo though, because like I said, the Ashigaru units are pretty terrible at taking a castle. As far as melee goes, look, their general's standing right here. Let's go ahead and take some shots at him. Maybe we can kill one of the enemy generals. Here he is, right here. Uh-oh, here come the arrows. Check this out. There's the enemy general right there. We'll see if we can... Okay, the computer... Sometimes the computer moves them, sometimes they don't. But, causing damage to these general units is definitely worth our time. That's their daimyo right there that I was shooting at. Here's the family member, the brother or whatever it said. There he is, right there. I guess he wants to get shot because he was next to step up. These general units are tough, and taking them down is always a help too, but you know, I don't want to let their other units get away unscathed. I only have so many arrows left, so I'm going to also target these Yari Ashigaru. That general unit's pretty much been nullified. These infantry are a pretty big threat to me. Those samurai retainers are also a pretty big threat. But since their numbers are smaller, I'll kind of try and thin out a few of these Ashigaru. I'm almost out of arrows. I do have a pretty big numbers advantage here. Okay, I'm now out of arrows with a couple of these units. So I'm going to switch fire. We've killed quite a few of them. I wish I had a lot more arrows, but this will have to do for now. I'll let these units fire at these Yari Ashigaru here. I love the arrow fire on this game. It's just really freaking cool. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and fast forward. Just, like I said, you do want to use up all your arrows. This isn't the most exciting part. I'm going to go ahead and move up my men here. I don't know where those Ashigaru think they're going. They still have ammunition left, so they're probably trying to get in position. Now, there are some enemy bow Ashigaru still left in the castle. So they may still have some ammunition left, but that's why I'll leave my my archers out there, so hopefully they'll end up soaking up some of the fire. I will go ahead and put my Yari Ashigaru in loose formation for the time being. Just in case those archers start to fire, it'll cause me minimal damage. I'm going to use my Yari Samurai to burn down the gates first, so that I have 2 gates to enter from, and then I'll climb the rest of my troops over walls. You definitely want to give your men a lot of different spots to get into the castle from. Even though the enemy has not all that much infantry, it's enough that it could pose a serious threat to me if I don't act properly here. Let's fast forward. Let you watch my Yari Samurai burn down the gate here. I think you've seen this before, but there they go. Maybe it'll be funny because it's in fast forward. Alright, so that didn't take long. Now I'm going to have him burn down this gate. No, freak, get out of there! There's the danger of fast forward. By the time you get to stop things, they may be already doing something stupid. Fortunately, the computer did not act too quickly there. Alright, so we got one gate open. I'm actually going to put these guys right here. These guys will go in the gates. The enemy bow troops are not shooting at me, so I'm going to go ahead and take my guys out. Alright, put all these guys in tight formation. These guys are going to go up right here. Those guys will go through that gate. I'm going to put them there. Alright, yeah, I'm just trying to get all my men in position. I'm going to take my Yari Samurai. I know this is the taller side of the castle, but I'm going to take them over here where they can hopefully get up and well, actually, I'll send them through the gate since they have the better morale. And I'll actually take these Yari Ashigaru around here. I want to try and get plenty of troops getting up there so that we can get behind the enemy. fact, I'm going to take these bow troops around the back too. I want to surround the castle. Like getting behind the enemy in the castle is a good way to take them down, since they're going to have a major morale advantage, which is to be expected. Of course, they have the fortifications to fight in. Whoops. Alright, I need to fast forward, let my troops get into position. I want my general to be close to these gates to help keep my men's morale up in this area. So I'm just going to fast forward for a second. Let's go ahead and move my general up so he's in position to give the morale support. You need that morale support. And I need to pull this battle off with as few losses as possible. Because, like I said, the Takeda and the Hojo are now going to be on our case. And we need to be ready to defend against such things. Now, when you're going to siege a castle like this, your guys can actually get in through the gate quite a lot quicker. So what you're going to want to do is, let's see, I'm actually going to fast forward for just another minute, let these archers rest a little bit because they're winded. I want them to be in the best fighting shape possible, and I'm not actually going to send the archers right at first. Give these guys a few seconds here to start to recover their fatigue. Alright, there we go. I'm going to start crawling units up the walls because it takes them just a little bit longer to get inside. And let's go ahead and run these guys in, send them up the wall. Yari Samurai through here. Oops. Send these guys up the wall. General right here next to all of them. And I'm going to use my rally ability, and I'm going to inspire this unit of Yari Ashigaru. So let's take a look at their stats. They now have 11 melee attack and 7 morale. And I'm going to send them to attack this general right here. So hopefully we can kill their general just right off the bat. My men are scaling the walls over here, and now that the enemy is running their troops away, that's exactly what I wanted. Now I'm going to scale the wall with my archers, and hopefully I can get into the rear of the enemy. So you definitely want to coordinate these attacks, and even if you do coordinate them, it can still get pretty ugly. If you can kill the general, that's going to be a major morale blow. This general is almost dead. And like I said, these Yari Ashigaru here have been inspired. So it's good to inspire a unit where it's going to be the most helpful, like I did right there. So the only, there we go. We got the enemy general. He just died right there by the gate. So yeah, now you can see that the Imagawa troops are wavering. So this is the point where we want to get our troops into the rear of the enemy here so that we take fewer casualties. The other enemy general is over here. He's the only guy left in that unit as well. There he is. So now both of their generals have died. I'm going to completely surround these guys. This actually turned out a little better than I thought it would, so I'm happy. A lot of times these siege battles can turn out pretty rough because the enemy can do such a good job defending with very few troops. That unit of Yari Ashigaru of mine got pretty beat up. And I'm also going to capture this fort center here. Like I said, see how my generals are right here surrounding my troops? That's going to help make up for the morale difference between, that the fort gives to those men. See this unit I inspired? Let's see. How long does the inspire thing last? It must already have, the effects must already worn off, but it's pretty good to use it at the right moment like I did there. So now you can see that the Imagawa troops are getting pwned because they're surrounded. Otherwise, these guys can fight pretty defensively for quite a long time. So something to be aware of. My Yari Samurai are absolutely thrash. It's not good. That's a good unit. I need them. So I may, let's see. I may just go ahead and pull my Yari Samurai out of the fight. Hopefully they don't rout in the process. Actually, let's see, where are they at? I'm going to try and pull them out of the fight because I don't want them to be killed entirely, because that's an expensive unit that I have, or probably one of the best units I have. So you can see why I tried to kill the enemy generals, because even with the enemy general dead, these guys put up a decent fight and killed a number of my men. And there we go, we've captured the fort, so now we'll get back up to the campaign map.